Hi, Kenzie. Today's story is called Approaching the Great Pyramid. Long ago, there was an Egyptian priest named Setna. He was in charge of one part of a giant temple to the gods in his city. Setna had a daughter named Aweru, whom he loved very much. When Aweru was old enough, her father took her on a boat trip down the Nile to a place called Giza so she could see the Great Pyramid there. On their way down to Giza, he told his daughter the story of how the pyramids came to be. Well, many years ago, there was a pharaoh named Djoser. One night, Djoser dreamed that one of the gods told him to build a special place for Djoser's families and servants to put his body and treasures after he had died. Now, Djoser had a friend working for him who he thought was the smartest man alive in those days. The friend's name was Imhotep. Imhotep was the greatest architect in Egypt. Mackenzie, do you know what an architect is? An architect is a person who designs and draws the plans for buildings to be made. Imhotep was thought to be the best architect ever by Pharaoh Djoser. Pharaoh Djoser called Imhotep to the palace and told him about his dream. The pharaoh said, "Imhotep, build me a building that reaches up towards the sky in honor of the gods. Make the middle of it an open space for me and for my treasures after I die. Make it special." So Imhotep built the first pyramid. The bottom of it is an enormous stone square, and then the four sides reach upward, leaning in toward one another until they meet at the top. The sides of that first pyramid were built as steps, making it easier to climb up the outside. Well, Djoser's pyramid was so wonderful that the pharaohs after him wanted pyramids too, but with smooth sides, not steps. Much later came another pharaoh called Khufu. Pharaoh Khufu wanted people to know what an important pharaoh he was. So he commanded his people to build him the biggest pyramid of all, the Great Pyramid. Setna and his daughter Aweru continued sailing for many days on their way to see the Great Pyramid at Giza, and were nearing the end of their long journey in the Nile when suddenly Setna pointed up ahead and said, "Look, Aweru, what do you see?" Aweru's eyes opened wide. "Is that the top of the Great Pyramid, Father? Are we getting close?" "It's the top, but we are still a long way from it. We will not be there until tomorrow. It will start getting dark soon, so we'll be stopping shortly. But it is so tall that we can begin to see it even from this distance." The top of the pyramid shone brightly. "It's like the sun, Father," Aweru exclaimed. "That is because the top is covered in gold that the pharaoh ordered to be brought from the mines in the desert, and the sides are covered in smooth white stone. The pyramid shines in the sun." "The whole top is gold?" "Yes. You see, Pharaoh Khufu wanted to show how powerful he was. He said, 'I am the greatest ruler on earth, and the god of the sun, Amun-Ra, is the greatest of the gods, the one who created the world. My pyramid will shine in the sunlight to honor Amun-Ra and to remind everyone that just as he created the world, I created this pyramid, and I am also great. I will be famous forever.'" Setna looked again at the shining peak, and all these years later, We are indeed standing here talking about Pharaoh Khufu. But now it is time for our boat to dock for the night. We will go into that town over there, get some dinner, then go to sleep. Because I am a priest at the temple of Karnak, we are invited to stay at the temple in this place. Come on then, you will get to see the Great Pyramid up close tomorrow. It is the most amazing building ever made. And they stepped off their boat into the wooden dock at the shore.